Okay, I'm CrystalSmallwood, and I'm very blessed to work at Jenkins Independent. Every day I have a 6th grade, a 7th grade, I have one high school class, and then I have lots of high school classes that come in throughout the day. And then a couple of days a week I go to the elementary and I do story time with K through 2. So I'm very blessed. I love my job. When Crystal Carter came up and she said, we have a grant you can apply for if you want to try to do something to, enhance the library, I thought, well, I need lots of things, but let's see, what kind of idea could I come up with? Go ahead and go to the next slide. Oh, go back one. And I was reading some professional resources, and I saw something about doodling, and I thought, I'm a doodler. I doodle if I'm in meetings, I doodle. If I'm on the phone, I doodle. How many of you doodle? And I didn't really think that there was research that would back that up, but that helps you actually retain your memory when you're using your hands. And I know some kids, they like to click their pens. That would drive me crazy because I'm that kind of obsessive compulsive person. The clicking of the pen drives me nuts, snapping gum, that kind of thing. But I thought, I will let them doodle, though. I don't mind if they doodle. So if I have class, I'm okay with them doodling. And then I thought, well, there must be more to this. So I came up with an idea that I wanted to have a listen and doodle center in the library. And I thought kids would really like that. They could draw. They could, some of the kids in their science class, if they're studying a flower, they can draw the parts of a flower when they come in during break or library time. Just something to help reinforce their skills. And, of course, the more different types of motor skills we address and the senses like hearing, vision, drawing, we want to address all learners, auditory, visual, kinesthetic, because it really does help them retain things better. And I had lots of kids that read under reading level for their grade, under grade level for the reading. So I just kept thinking, I need to do something good for this. So here's the materials I decided I needed for my project. With my ARI grant, I got 2 mini iPads with OtterBoxes. We got a listening center with 8 sets of headphones. And then I got this multifunction machine, and kids were so surprised to see what a record player is. It had a record player in it, and they're really fascinated with the record player. And I've been working 31 years, so you'll have to forgive me. I still love an old record player and the sound of it. So I had these old scary records. I let the kids listen to scary stories, and they would hook up the listening center, and they could all sit back there and listen. So we did listening skills. We used the iPads. They could video each other telling stories and then share them with each other in the Google Classroom. So we did a lot of listening and doodling. Okay, go on. And I really started running out of some materials. So I didn't want to have to keep spending money on pencils and things like that. So I did a Donors Choose project online, and I called it Listen and Doodle. And it did get funded, and with that money, I bought multiple packs of colored pencils. I bought really nice drawing paper for them because they kind of got hooked on it, and they come up during break, and they love to draw. I have drawing books in the library. Then they use the iPads because we have YouTube videos on how to draw, like how to draw a beagle or how to draw a flower, all these different things. And they will put those up on the iPads, and they just go step by step learning how to draw. And they really love it. And we also got some splitter cables so that my headset that had 8, they could turn it into 16 so they could, feed off of each other. Okay, and this is one picture of one table. This is my old record player. It's not old, though. It has a CD player in it, and you can actually record your records onto CDs with it. And a cassette player. And you can plug in a phone to that, so they can use that. And then that's just some of the supplies, and that's one table. That was when I first set it up before it got kind of messy. Okay. And these are a couple of my high school students. They come in sometimes if they want to listen to music. While I'm having a class, they can go back there and they can share their phone with each other and listen to music, and they love that. And you'll see this is fall decorations. It was like she gave me my money the beginning of October or whatever, and I immediately spent it. My husband says I'm very good at that. You give me a little money, it's gone on the weekend. So I spent it right away. Okay, and then I just wanted to kind of add this in. Evidence suggests that handwriting notes helps you retain memory better than typing. And I really believe this. There's some people that they will rewrite their notes. I don't know if you've ever done that. Like even in college, I would rewrite my notes over and over and over, and I would highlight and underline and then go back and do it again. And then I'd make cards from it. And my daughter, she goes over here to the medical school, and she carries a big marker board with her because every time they do, a diagram of something and she wants to learn it, she carries that back and forth from the Cole building to her apartment over here because she's the same way. She learns by drawing and writing. And I think there's a lot of kids like that, and I think that does address that type of learner. So that was another reason why I wanted a Listen and Doodle Center. And like I said, with the brain memory, it works better if you can address as many of the motor skills, if you can have something going on while you're thinking, while you're listening, it helps. So, go ahead. And this is just one of my 7th graders. He's drawing a picture of an atom. Our science teacher next door, he did a lesson on atoms. So when they came in during break, some of them said, "Can I go back there and sketch out the atom and the parts and all that?" And I said, yes, that's what it's for. So they did that. And this is one of my other tables. I just set up art paper. I put pencils back there, and I have to replace them after they go through them. I've got little erasers, and I have little sharpeners so they can keep their pencils sharp, keep them on point, so to speak. And they just have fun during their break. Okay. All right. This is a picture of my 2 little mini iPads, and they are listening to a capstone book. How many of you are familiar with capstone interactive books? Well, in the beginning, back in October, we have a very small ebook library at Jenkins. I think we only have 20 books in it. But we use the capstone books. Well, recently, we were given access to the My On program, and it has like 6,800 interactive ebooks, and they're absolutely wonderful. If you have students that don't read on grade level, that levels the playing field for them. So we used the iPads for a long time for that, just to listen to the 20 we had. So I kind of have some independent variables in this because later we got the My On program. And then later after that, every kid got a Chromebook that was in middle school, which is absolutely fantastic. So it kind of overdid my little 2 iPad thing I had going on. But we're able to still use those, but they all have a Chromebook. And this is like sometimes when my children get finished with reading a book or something like that, they'll draw me a picture of their book, the cover of it. This one was King of the Wind. He had read Misty of Chincoteague and some of those good books, but then they draw me a picture sometimes. Okay, and we get the Scholastic News magazines every month. My kids really love those. And sometimes I'll let them draw a picture from something we read, like this was an article about space. So I let them draw a picture as they're reading. They can draw or doodle as they go and talk about it with each other. And I think that's really good. Helps them kind of take the information in a little better. Okay? And the main goal of my program was my 6th graders. I wanted them to increase their STAR score. So I was really happy about this. I have 37 students in the 6th grade, and I've seen them in the library just about. One group I see every day, I see 6A in the fall semester, and then every day in the spring semester I've seen 6B. So 6B has worked a little harder than 6A. But when I started out, their STAR score was a certain thing, but we gave them the STAR test the other day, and all but 4 of my 37 students came up on their STAR score. So I thought that was really great. Go on. Okay, this is my last slide. Like I said, we do have some independent variables. I can't completely give 100% credit to my innovative grant, but the innovative grant got me started, okay, with the listening and the doodling and all that. But when we all got the Chromebooks, of course everyone can listen to the interactive books, the same one at the same time if they want to. So if Mr. Bentley is studying the solar system, we can all listen and doodle about the same book. They can listen, they can see it, they can doodle about it, and I think it's a great thing. But then we also got the My On program, and I love it. About 90% of those books are accelerated reader. I have a lot more kids meeting their accelerated reader goal. Like I had 10, 11 the first and second 9 weeks. I've already had 20 for this last 9 weeks. So I think they're really working hard on meeting their goal. And then, this also, when I got the Donors Choose project to get the materials, the pencils, I was like, oh, this is really good. I'm going to do something else. So then we did Warm Up with the Good Book, and I got enough hot chocolate to last all winter for any kid that came in so they could listen and doodle and drink hot chocolate and read and, try to make the library a warm, happy place for them. I want them to feel, welcome, and I want them to love their library. So that's it.